We have not banned. All rumors.
Bengaluru city needs carpooling. So this is also one of the solution for Bengaluru traffic jam.
I would definitely suggest carpooling is mandatory in a city like Bangalore to avoid or mitigate the traffic issues which we have been facing lately.
We'll definitely look into our failures if there are any.
Well, viewers, horrible roads, bumpy rides, crumbling infrastructure. The IT capital of the country, Bengaluru, has a massive perennial issue. Well, traffic. Amid the ongoing chatter about the utter clutter in Bengaluru, citizens have questioned the government's inaction. Now, when the same was asked to the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Dk Shivakumar, he has said that to understand the situation better, a meeting with stakeholders has been called. This is going to happen on the 7th of October. Let's listen in first to what he said.
I'm meeting the stakeholders, seeking the suggestions. Some of them met me. I said I'll come there only, have a site with my entire team of BBSC, BWSSB, BMTC, Corporation, Power, BESCOM, all of us, including the Corporation, will go there. We will try to see that, including the metro, we will see that the traffic congestion will be sorted out as early as possible. Whatever the small decisions we may have to take early, we will take it up in a short span of time.
Whatever needs to be done will be done, says the Deputy Chief Minister. But remember here, a few days ago, the government was mulling the idea of congestion tax. Is that still on the cards? Well, the Deputy Chief Minister clears the air on that as well.
We have got suggestions from various friends who have been stakeholders of Bangalore. That is the issue which has to be discussed and debated in the Assembly also. We will discuss among ourselves and we will come back on that. What is the update on?
Now, on the other hand, the timing of the meet as well is crucial, viewers, as this comes 2 days before another scheduled meet with parents and school management as well and other stakeholders. This is coming up on Monday. This is regarding the Karnataka High Court recommendation to the state government to consider a change in school timings. This is to ease the rush hour traffic jam in the city. Now, all of this, of course, now in the next few days will be discussed and debated. But how much of it will be implemented and how much of it will be effective is the biggest question that comes up. Now, we are looking at multiple visuals on our screens, and these are from different days where Bengaluru city, of course, has witnessed massive traffic jams. Beat the outer ring road, which right now, of course, has become synonymous with traffic jams. Metro construction has made things only worse, and there are other bottlenecks as well in the city, which are not too good either. My colleague Neha at this point in time joins us live on the broadcast. Neha, this is going to be interesting now, how the city will be helped by, these sort of statements, ideas, and more than anything else, the visits by the politicians and the stakeholders. The Deputy Chief Minister is saying that he will lead the way. He'll try and find a solution after meeting all the stakeholders. When is this meeting expected to happen? If you could take us through everything that is scheduled.
Well, yes, that's right, Deepak. In fact, we've seen multiple efforts, of course, a lot of statements that have come forth now from the government, which says that they're very serious to solve the traffic menace of Bengaluru, something that's plagued government after government. We've seen it has been something that, we've seen several, in fact, thinking heads coming together about in various governments. But unfortunately, on the whole, the large menace that we see, whether there's going to be one comprehensive solution to that or not, is a question that's being raised by many. Remember that, in fact, even today, as the Deputy Chief Minister has made a statement like this, we're seeing that this comes at a time when Bengaluru witnessed one of the worst traffic jams just recently, where people were stuck for hours together. October 7th is when, we're likely to be seeing that meeting taking place. Remember that while there are several efforts right now, whether it's advancing the school timings or, for that matter, whether, this has to do with the fact that there are going to be several other possible measures as well. We'll really have to wait and see how this pans out now, whether, all of these different solutions that are being given, whether it's by experts who've reviewed the traffic situation in the city over the years or by others, and how this is really going to pan out for the IT capital.
Right, Neha, stay with us because we are also opening this up for our callers. The viewers should tell us, the outer ring road, for quite some time was a lifeline to many people to get into various parts of the city, easy moving traffic. But in the last 5 years or so, the situation is not the same on the outer ring road. The construction, of course, happened between 1996 and 2002. This is about a 60-kilometer stretch surrounding the city and more importantly connects very important parts of the city and the IT corridor as well. But overall at this point in time, there are about 5.5 lakh employees and offices, of course, multiple of them on the outer ring road. What this has done has increased the traffic many times. And in the last few years, of course, it has only grown. There was a brief period during COVID, of course, where we did see the vehicle density on the streets, especially the outer ring road, because most of the establishments there were giving work from home, come down. But now it is a big menace. Now, the Deputy Chief Minister says he'll be looking into these particular issues. But what is the real solution? Are building flyovers once again or additional flyovers? Is that the solution? Is the metro line construction causing these congestions at this point in time? Can it probably ease once that's done? This is another question that comes up. Neha, now coming back to you once again, while of course we give an opportunity to our callers as well, the numbers are flashing on your screen to call us and tell us their point of view and probably suggestions while the government deliberates over the same. Neha, coming back to you at this point, what do you think the stakeholders have in mind? Because we've seen multiple meetings from various associations, especially of the offices which are situated on the outer ring road. What are they really communicating to the government, or what have they communicated up until now to the government, and have these suggestions been received?
Well, Deepak, there are various suggestions right from the fact that all IT companies today, in fact, that are operating largely out of outer ring road, should start providing transport to their employees such that employees aren't, forced to really bring their own vehicles. Well, that was one of the suggestions that had come in there. Whether this would really, of course, help is something that possibly only due course of time would tell. Another suggestion that's coming from the Karnataka High Court as well being to advance the timing of schools here, because remember that span of 8 to 8:30 in the morning unfortunately happens to be a nightmare for residents as they step out on the roads. They're struggling with school buses on one side. You have parents who are bringing massive cars, to drop off 1 or 2 students. On the whole, of course, while these are 2 suggestions that have come in, we're also given to understand now that another suggestion that has come in, of course, and one that's been a very long pending one, is to inaugurate the metro that has been completed, in fact, all the way from KR Puram. That is something, again, that could possibly help ease the traffic around that outer ring road section. Now, of course, what's interesting, Deepak, is that while, the areas of Sarjapur, Hebbal and beyond, of course, also parts of outer ring road do face a massive amount of traffic jams in the southern part of Bangalore. We're also reporting from outer ring road right now in the southern parts of Bangalore. While the situation over here too, in fact, is pretty bad, the point is that, they have managed to address it to a large extent, whether this is with more traffic policing on ground, whether, of course, this is people having started carpooling in these areas. On the whole, of course, we'll really have to wait and see how many of these suggestions are actually viable, both in terms of people, of course, being agreeable to it and, of course, from the government's point of view as well.